Born ready.
1, 2, 3. We want to welcome everybody today to Mom and Dad Talks, where our favorite two people are Mom and Dad, and we have a special guest, plural here. We have my teacher, Mrs. Herbal. We got Dr. Strout. We got my mom and dad, my Hantie, and then who's that in the background there? Who am I missing there?
These are some other distinguished guests. Jerry and Joanna Suggs.
Oh yes, and thank you for being with it. And you know what, folks? You on this show, I have a very special guest. I want to introduce everybody in Niles too, and around the world too. If you don't know him, it's the famous comedian Willie Brown. And let me tell you, folks, you have seen him on DEF Comedy Jam. You've seen him on Showtime. You've seen this man on a lot of places here. And this man right here is what I like about him is his amazing story from his comedian journey to the man that he is today. I don't want to spoil it for you all. So Willie, at this time, sir, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir. And can you tell us about how you started out and where you're at? And we'll see how far we can get, because I'm going to bring you back.
All right. Everybody, thank you for this opportunity, Todd. It's great being here with all you wonderful people. I'm Willie Brown. I'm known as I'm a comedian ventriloquist. Yeah, he think I'm the dummy. This is Uncle Rufus, one of my characters. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. We in good company. From the old school. The old school? Yeah, that's the school they had. Thought they built the new school. So I started out, I was born and raised in New Haven, Connecticut. And my father, he was a machinist, hard worker. My mother, she was from Nashville, Tennessee. My father was from North Carolina. So I was raised up north with a Southern background, pretty much. Good parents, hard workers. And I got into magic. I was into magic tricks, and I was just amazed by that. And I was one of those kids that liked to order stuff out of the comic book. Once I learned how to send away for stuff, Todd, you probably were the same type. I was sending away for everything. Stuff coming in the mail, like, what is this? What is this? So I got into ventriloquism through an interest in the TV show Soap. There was a guy on there named Jay Johnson who was a ventriloquist, and I saw him. I told my mother, I said, I want to do that. She said, oh, you want to do everything? I said, no, I do. So she got me a puppet for Christmas, and it came with a book on how to throw your voice. I learned the basics, got into a talent show. I won the talent show. Mm-hmm. And then I found a home study course in the back of a comic book. And they would send me lessons every month on what to do and how to take it to the next level. And I followed everything they told me to do. And one show led to another. I never stopped. So I graduated high school and went to college at Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia. Historically Black college.
I know where it's at. Yes.
And I majored in mass media arts communication, and stayed there for 4 years. And I did shows all throughout while I was there. Graduated, moved to Maryland outside of Washington, D.C., worked for Xerox Corporation. I was in sales, and I would do my shows on the Monday morning meeting. I bring my characters in, and it would be a lot of fun for everybody. And I started going to the comedy clubs, mm-hmm. and I was hanging out with like Dave Chappelle and Wanda Sykes. They were there when I was there. We all kind of came up together. Yeah, see where they are, see where we are.
Well, you're glad y'all have you on this show, man. You big time. Yeah.
So I started doing comedy there, and I started traveling around the country. And I got on BET Comic View back in I guess 92. Mm-hmm. And then a few years later, I got on Russell Simmons' HBO DEF Comedy Jam. Yeah, y'all seen that show? They had a lot of language on that show.
Yes, they did.
That was before I came along. Yeah, that was before Uncle Rufus. And I started traveling around the country. I moved out to California in 98 to really give it a go. And I became a paid regular at the world famous Comedy Store on Sunset. Got my name painted on the wall. It's still there. They didn't paint over it. It's still there. I got into the Screen Actors Guild. I did some commercials and some low budget, no budget movies, and I pretty much, I know everybody in the comedy circuit because it's a small circuit, but I ended up getting with an agency called Clean Comedians. And what did they say, Uncle Rufus? They say you got to be clean all the time. You can't just be clean when you want to be clean. You got to be clean all the time. Ain't that right, Brother Hunt? Brother
That's
Delbert
right.
Hunt. Ain't that how you got to do it, Brother Delbert? You can't do it when you want to do it. You got to do it all the time. And I'm telling the truth. Come on now.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. A to the land. A to the land. All right. So I started working with them. They started booking me in a lot of churches and corporate events. And they ended up selling their portion of the business off to another company called Outreach, which was a Christian marketing organization out of California, out of Vista, California, I believe it was. And they started booking me at these churches all over the country. Every week I would be at a different church. I'd be, all kind of churches, Black, white, non-denominational, multicultural, Latino, Asian, we everywhere. They book us, and it really changed my walk, is what it did. I thought I was cleaning up my act for the church. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But he found out that God was cleaning him up for the ministry. Come on now, somebody ought to say amen to that. Right. Hallelujah. So I didn't see it coming, but I was born Baptist. My parents were, Southern Baptist, and I grew up in the church. But as you know, sometimes if you're not really totally connected or involved, you go stray from that. Especially when you go to college and you're away from home, you got to have a real firm foundation. These are things that I know today. But I started working in the ministry. I started doing gospel comedy, Christian comedy, and I started really pushing it. And I even started my own agency called Clean Comedy Clinic. And I started booking comedians and Christian comedians. And we put together a TV series called Willie Brown and Friends Gospel Comedy Live. And we got it on the networks. And, God was just really pushing us in this area. So I ended up going back to school. I got my master's in theology at Ohio Christian University. We had a satellite campus here in Georgia. And I never thought I'd go back to school, but someone came to our church and says, anybody want to continue their education? And my wife nudged me. And next thing I know, like Tuesday morning, I was in the office and they said, well, why don't you get a master's degree? I said, you already got a bachelor. I said, okay, well, that sounds good. I didn't know what I was signing up for, but so there were 12 of us. We got into the class and we all made it through. We were like, first day, like, how are we going to make it? But we did it. We did it. And then I got on my pastor's ministry and training program at our church, Tabernacle of Praise Church International. He ordained me like in 2017, and I started doing all the ministry work. And recently, last year, I just became a chaplain of a prison called West Central ITF. It's a women's correctional facility in Zebulon, Georgia, about 36 minutes from my house. Never saw that coming. Never thought I'd ever do anything like that. But I was a member of our prison ministry at our church. And when COVID hit, everything kind of fell apart. And it was just the brother that was the head of the ministry. He would go down to Jackson prison every week. And I was like, I can't let him go by himself. I got to go down. I can't. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that's going to be in the foxhole with you, Todd. If you need some ammo, I'm going to go get the ammo.
Yes.
I ain't going to let you, get shot up when I go to Subway to get a sandwich. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would go down there every week, and God was really dealing with my heart. He was enlarging my heart and taking away my insecurities and my fears about it. I've been in the prison doing shows, and I've even preached in the prisons. But they would say, well, there's a position open. Why don't you apply for it? And I was like, I don't think I want to work in the prison. That was what I thought, But every week I just kept going back. And the chaplain said, why don't you just give it a shot? Why don't you just, apply for it? And I applied for the position. I qualified for the position. I didn't know I had the qualifications. They want you to have a master's and they want you to have ministry experience. And I had all of that, God gives you what you need to succeed out here. You don't even know it. You don't know that he's got you on this plan that he's already ordained for your life. But sometimes you just got to walk it out. So I'm there now. and I believe I'm helping to make a difference, you know.
Mhm.
But honestly, it's one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Something that I never thought I would do, that I didn't want to do. But I'm finding out it's the things in life that are least desirable are sometimes the things where you grow the most.
Ooh.
Like,
Say that again. Say that again for
the things in life that are least desirable are the areas where you'll grow the most.
Amen.
So working with prisoners and working with homeless people and these going on mission trips and doing these things that really stretch us, you know, it's what makes you better. And I just thank God for the opportunity. I'm able to use my comedy, you know, my experience, you know, everything I've learned has helped me in this position. And, you know, I'm counseling and, you know, I'm talking to the ladies. I'm trying to help them. I want to see them do good. I want their lives to be better. You know, they're like daughters to us, you know, just want them to get back on the right track. And maybe they just need somebody who can help them and who believes in them. And maybe they didn't have a good man in their life, you know, and it's so important for me as the chaplain to be that person, you know, to have that integrity, to be that person that they can really trust and know, but they feel the love of God. They feel Christ. They feel Christ, you know. They know that I'm serious about it and they know that I care about them. And so, you know, I don't know what God's got for me, but I'm just going to keep doing what he tells me to do.
You know, and Willie, like I said, man, we're going to have you back on the show because there's so many aspects of it. Because we when we talk, you bring out a lot of great points and stuff in our conversation and stuff, and we'll talk more about those things when we bring you back next time. Because I want to talk about you, but before he ain't let me say nothing. But before we get to the final round here, do we have Mom and Dad? Do you have any questions you want to ask Mr. Brown before we close down our session for today?
Y'all don't want to ask me nothing. Uncle Rufus, you got
anybody on the team there have any questions there? Go ahead.
I'll see y'all later.
I guess there's no questions, that you probably answered everybody's questions. Trying to get my aunt here.
Sure. Any questions?
Yes. Anybody have any questions for my man before I ask my final question before we get out? Don't everybody speak at one time.
I think he's answered all of my questions. He's very good ventriloquist.
Yeah.
Second to none, man.
Yeah.
We want to know who's doing all the talking off the sides. His lips aren't moving.
But yeah, go ahead, Mr. Brown.
You know, they said I was born a ventriloquist. And they said that when I came out of my mother's womb, the doctors spanked me and they heard my cry come from the other room.
And you know, like I said, you know, I got to bring you back, man, because like I said.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes, go ahead.
What where do you draw your themes from, you know, in terms of the comedy that you do present? Is it sort of out of your personal experience, personal life?
Yeah, mostly real life stuff. And I try to put myself in my character's shoes. You ain't gonna fit in our shoes.
That is so cool.
I got a bunch of guys. Next time I got Woody, I got Uncle Rufus, I've got Hantie, I got some other characters. But yeah, I just try to take real life stuff because people want to talk about what's really going on. And so if I can make it real for them more today, and I mean, they're puppets, but they're still talking about real stuff, you know, and I try to talk about real subjects. If you go to my channel, it's called Made You Laugh. I don't know if I could type that in somewhere. It's
we're gonna type it in for you, Willie.
Okay.
Made You Laugh. Yes.
MadeYouLaugh.com, and you can go there to subscribe. You'll see a lot of videos of my comedy and my skits. And when we're on the road touring, me, my wife, and the puppets, and I just, you know, we have a lot of fun. I'm a big kid. We just have a lot of fun.
It seems like comedy is an excellent vehicle for, you know, getting into and covering spiritual truth, spiritual lessons.
Yeah.
Just opens the door of the heart. Yeah. You throw your voice very well. Do you think I could learn to do that?
Oh yeah, I can teach you how to do it. I can teach
you. Hantie, go ahead, Hantie. Go ahead.
My question is, I'm old school. You have to know that with my age and everything. So seeing you on Google is secondary. I like to see you on stage. Has COVID affected your presence. Oh, look at there.
Lord, yes, COVID. Let me tell you, that COVID ain't nothing to play with. No, Lord have mercy. COVID, oh Lord, no, that's COVID.
This is Aunt T. Aunt T.
Yeah,
Auntie.
they got 3 different shots you can take. You got the Pfizer, that's the people that got money. Then you got the Moderna, that's the people that's in the middle of the road, like me. Then you got the Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson & Johnson.
That's the people that ain't got no money.
Oh,
I'm talking about Larry and Leroy Johnson. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. I know somebody that got the Johnson & Johnson. They shot him in the left arm and they felt the pain in the right arm. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Let me tell you. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
So like I said,
when you coming back? When you coming back? I don't want to miss it.
yes, we're gonna bring Mr. Brown back. We're gonna bring the cast of characters, Rufus and Auntie. Auntie, I'm gonna ask you a question before I ask my final round. Auntie.
You sure is cute.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Auntie. So, Auntie, in your journeys of traveling with Mr. Brown, what was the best time you had traveling with him?
Well, the best time I had when we went on tour with David and Tanner Man to Meet the Browns.
Meet the Browns, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. That was a good time.
Yeah, we had a good time with them.
Because their audience is like my audience, pretty much. We have a similar audience, you know. So we always have very, very good shows when we're on tour with the Browns.
Oh. And we sell out of the merchandise. Lord have mercy. Let me say, God is a good God. Yes, he is.
So, like I said, I know you got another gig tonight, Mr. Brown. I won't hold you too long. But once again,
y'all like my earrings. Y'all like my earrings.
Yes, they look very, very good. But before we leave, Mr. Brown, I want to ask you this question. You said it already. Where can people get in touch with you? Because, like I said, you're not only good for adults.
Touch me right now. Lord have mercy. How long about something?
Yeah.
Made a lasagna.
Yeah. How do we get in contact with you if they want to bring you to their church, their place of business, or what? How do we get in contact with you, sir?
You can call us if you want to at 310-663-9228.
Or you can go to williebrowandwoody.com.
Willie Brown, A-N-D Woody, WOODY.com. We're all over the internet. I mean, you'll find us. You can just Google us, Willie Brown and Woody, Willie Brown and Friends. We're on TikTok. You go to TikTok, Willie L. Brown on TikTok. And we're on YouTube. You just go to our channel, MadeYouLaugh.com. That's Made, the letter U, LAFF.com.
You can find us if you want to.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. You say seek and you shall find. Come on now.
Yes. And Mr. Brown, we run up to the minute here. I mean, I'm going to bring you back on.
The door shall be open. Come on.
Yeah. We're going to bring you back on here. And
coming back. We're coming back.
Yes, you're definitely coming back here. But until next time, we want to welcome everybody. Like I said,
he's handsome. I tell you that.
We'll bring you back again on Mom and Dad Talks here. Till next time, we'll see you next week. Everybody, get your laugh on. Go out there and bring my man. He's clean Christian comedy. It's clean comedy and Christian comedy. And funny. It's definitely funny. You need to bring him in there. So thank you, Willie Brown, for coming today.
You're gonna make a dummy walk tonight, Tom.
See? All right.
Just like your daddy. Just like your daddy.
Until next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talk.